This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hello, bright soul. Thank you so much for joining me on another podcast. I hope this finds you well, and let's dive right in. In today's podcast, I want to share ways to tell the difference between your intuition and your ego. Most of us have had the experience where we need to make a decision and we have 2 or 3 or 4 different viewpoints going on inside of us. So we ask the opinion of other people, and then everyone else has a different opinion about what we should do. And none of it feels right to us because we're so confused and we just cannot tell the difference between our intuition and our ego. We get chaotic, confused, we feel ungrounded. And those are usually the times when people book private sessions with me. And I love to do private sessions and channel some divine guidance and help people affirm their path. Sometimes maybe you can't book a private session. Maybe I'm not available for the time frame that you need. Maybe you have to make a decision quickly. And so you need some tools to figure out, what is my intuition telling me? I believe it was Dr. Wayne Dyer that said, if prayer is us talking to God, then intuition is God talking to us. Now, let's not get hung up on the term God. I know for some people it's a trigger. So you can insert whatever word to describe the indescribable works for you. For me, the intuition is my pipeline to my source. So if I want to hear my higher self, my higher direction, I need to be in tune with my intuition, and I really want to stay there for the most part. Now, our ego isn't bad. Our ego is designed to keep us safe, to protect us. It's our consciousness that we've developed through experience, knowledge, awareness. And so we just have to be aware that there's nothing wrong with the ego. Sometimes in the spiritual movement, we just view the ego as bad. No, it serves a purpose, but we have to balance our ego and our intuition to navigate ourselves properly, efficiently, and effectively. I would say the biggest difference that I have found between intuitive guidance and ego guidance is intuitive guidance never scares you. When you find yourself sitting there playing agent awful, oh my goodness, if I make this decision, this might happen and this might happen. And pretty soon you're completely tense and you've done all this to yourself with your thinking. You're in the ego. The intuitive guidance, even if it's something that you wouldn't pick for yourself or something that you wouldn't personally desire, it comes in smooth, steady. It doesn't stir emotion. It comes in like a wise elder. For me, my intuition always comes in the same, so it doesn't stir emotion in me the way the ego does. Also, intuitive guidance doesn't conflict itself the way the ego does. For example, if you are in the ego, you may have told yourself all of the reasons why a certain decision will work, and then you flip it and go the complete opposite end and then tell yourself all the reasons why it won't work, which is confusing. The ego often goes back and forth between several different options, whereas intuitive guidance stays steady. Intuitive guidance comes forward like, do this, do this, do this. Where the ego is up and down, your emotions are all over the place. It's a completely different delivery system, and it's a completely different feeling. Now, when I say it's a different delivery system, what I'm referring to is the way that your body receives it. When I'm receiving intuitive guidance, it comes in smooth. It doesn't stir resistance or tension in my body. I usually feel it in my gut, and it's just a direct message and a knowingness. That's why you hear people say gut instinct. I'm just following my gut. So everyone experiences their intuitive guidance differently, but the thing to be aware of is it will feel the same every time, and you'll just know. Whereas when you're in the ego, for me personally, I will feel tense, I'll feel resistant, I feel confused, and it's just a completely different type of message delivery system. So just notice how you feel. Do you feel neutral or do you feel stressed when you're receiving the messages? The other thing to notice is that a lot of times your intuitive guidance doesn't really make sense. You can't wrap your logic around it because it's coming from a different place. It's coming from your higher self, from your future self. And so it's looking at a different vantage point than what you can just see in your physical body, in your ego. Now, I do have some tools to support you on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and just type in my business name, Blended Insight, or you can search by my name, Susan Wilbanks White, you'll see a Going to the Future guided meditation that might be beneficial. You will also see a Reiki for guidance and decision making. And there's another one, Reiki for clearing blocks and obstacles. With my YouTube channel, I always say just trust the healings that you are drawn to. These are free mini healings that work on the energy centers associated with the topic at hand. I also have a download on my website that you can go to by visiting blendedinsight.com products. I have a Releasing Barriers and Blocks meditation with Reiki, and I also have one that's just Reiki and music only. So those are additional tools to support you if you are still having a difficult time. If you go to the front page of my website, blendedinsight.com, and you subscribe to my newsletter, which is really just my mailing list, and I promise I don't send out that much, and when I do send it out, it's relevant, you can sign up, and then you will receive a link to download my free healing list by topic. So whatever you're dealing with, you can look, and it will show you the free healings and the resources that I have available to support you with that. So let's just do a quick process. I'll run some energy healing to help you hear your divine guidance. If you are driving, please don't close your eyes. But if you are in a safe place where you can close your eyes and relax, just receive for a little bit, and I'm going to turn the energy on. I'm just grounding you, helping to open up your crown chakra, strengthen your pipeline, notice how you feel in your body. Divine guidance comes in smooth, like a wise elder. It's often neutral. You may feel it in your gut or another part of your body. Just notice the way it feels. It should feel relaxing and calming or neutral. If you're feeling tense and scared, that's not your intuition. You are safe. Your intuition will always keep you safe. Okay, I'm going to run a few shields. And so it is. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any podcast topics that you would like me to speak about, you can send me an email at susan@blendedinsight.com. You can also reach me by visiting my website, blendedinsight.com, and then you can send me a message there. And as always, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and thank you again for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.